Hello, welcome to a spirit animal message. For tonight's message, for anyone that resonates to the Lion King, this message could be for you. Also, there's this number 144, which is this number of being on the right path. So I think of how we have the Lion King and Simba and Nala. They have this bond that together they become this force, right? This power couple, right? And how they're so self-reliant. They're so self-reliant on their own. I think about how Simba ends up orphaned out in the middle of nowhere. And then, through just finding, friends and, finding his own path, he was able to survive. And then Nala, all of her world being changed, she found ways to adapt and survive. Snow leopard, self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. And you think about how when we're by ourselves, I think about how we build that self-reliance, right? We build that foundation within ourselves of self-reliance, right? And then let's say we get that right person that really enhances who we are already, right? Enhances the strengths within us and is this magic worker, just enhancing what we're already doing as far as getting away from faced fears, like facing inner fears. So I feel like you're possibly coming into a connection, a divine connection, where you're coming into this power couple energy. Your ability to survive and thrive in changing situations or environments has led to this self-reliance that leaves you now open to receive someone that's similar to, you can vibe with. Ability to navigate between solitude and intimacy with grace. So we have this snow leopard. Your inner knowing enhanced through observation. And then we have whale, orca. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. And I think about this card, how when an orca is happy and joyous and it's its full happiness, right? It'll jump right out of the water, right? And I think about how we can be so creative when we're happy and joyous, and when we're in a relationship that really fulfills our lives, that doesn't drain us. It adds to who we are already because it's in alignment to who we are. It enhances our consciousness all in this way where you can bring more of that spark of intuition into the present moment. I think about the healing energy of the orca whale, of the attitude, the determination. There's this energy of loyalty and longevity. So meeting somebody that you feel you can be you can feel confident that they're going to be with you and for the long haul. Someone that's really going to be healing for you. I think of the sound healing and breath work and being able to breathe in this relaxed state, but also when you're going, right? When you're going in life, and being able to feel confident about who you are and who you're with. And then we have this grizzly bear power. I am indestructible. I honor my intuition and go where it leads. Love and gentleness are my real strength. I never give up. I will succeed. So we have grizzly power, which is power, fearless, strength, perseverance, intuition, introspection. Recluse in winter. And when I was thinking that recluse in winter, I think about how when we're in a relationship and we're happier and we're more out in the world, and how when we're not in a relationship, we're more recluse, we're more of that hermit energy, introspection and working on ourselves. And then, in this full potential of yourself, you're ready to receive love and ready to receive the right person that you can align with and be that power together. You're starting out with this 7 of Cups, which is having options. We prefer clarity. The relationship you're seeking is available is another energy about this card. I see all these dragonflies flying around, and I think about how a dragonfly under the water is this immature space, right? It doesn't have wings. It's underwater, and then when it emerges is when it really finds its full colors. And I feel like you're come into that space of maturity where your full colors, you're flying in your full maturity, and you're noticing all of these others in that full maturity space, and you'd like to find that right person, right? And I feel like you're in this place of putting energy towards your options to identify your path forward. And then we have the Moon, which is dreams, illusions. You may not see things clearly with a specific connection, or there's this truth that comes to light confronting you about a relationship, which leads to someone confronting you and revealing truth about how they feel about you. And then we have Temperance, which is this, divine timing, universe working behind the scenes to bring romance into your life. And this came with the Chariot, which is inspired action, momentum, things going quickly. And this is in your destiny. So your destiny is to start this relationship. You are destined to meet. You are destined to bring this person in. You are destined to flow with this person through life, and it was meant to start quickly. The divine timing will show a lot more with the inspired action that comes into play. And then we have the Page of Wands. You are drawn to a romantic partner who is fun and outgoing. Someone whose actions speaks louder than words. There's this exciting new beginning in love starting for you, and this was more of your distant past. So more on the distant past, you started getting this energy being drawn to someone, that something that they did really spoke loud to you, initiating this higher, this new, maybe you knew this person already, so that's like you're looking at this person again, is what I'm feeling, perhaps. But I feel like this is a connection maybe that's not ever actually started, but had the potential. And then we have the Four of Wands, which is celebration, starting a new relationship, a commitment, a deeper commitment, getting engaged possibly, or making plans to take that relationship to the next level. This is a card of marriage. So possibly getting married or moving in together, which I feel like this is just the relationship also just maybe completely starting. And you see the Chariot, which is this quick movement. So things are going to develop quickly in this connection. However, I feel like it's like a long time coming, and then everything happens quickly. So then we have the Queen of Swords, honesty, decisiveness, meeting a trustworthy person. I feel like this is you able to communicate with this person, able to, say what you want to say. I feel like this person is attracted to how you use your words, or how you wield that sort of communication. And this is because this is like a future influence. So I feel like that is what is influencing this connection, is how intelligent you showcase yourself. It's natural, your intelligence. It's something you can't even hide. And I feel like that's an attraction. That's attractive to the energy that you're bringing in for yourself. And then we have the King of Swords with the Page of Cups. So we got the King and the Queen out now. So love messages, a person who is highly intelligent and successful, someone that will express themselves through charming communication, a mature romance also. I feel like how this is like a very strong energy, these swords, like the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords coming out. So you're both very intelligent. You both wield that sword of communication in a bold way. I feel like we have a divine feminine and a divine masculine coming into connection here. We got the Two of Wands, choice, future plans, making plans for travel, a romantic getaway, or just planning for the future in general. Possibly where you'll live together, or how you'll live together, is what is going on within your environment. How you're feeling is the Six of Pentacles, feeling genuinely loved, being able to share and connect deeper with each other is something that you just treasure right now. You're just feeling genuinely loved and happy and in balance with life. You feel this preciousness of how you're able to connect with this person. And then moving into the future, we have the star, which is hope, healing, a path of love, protected and guided through the divine all. So this relationship is a divine connection, and it will expand the healing within your life. And this love has been divinely protected, divinely guided. So both of you had your own path to walk separately. Like, I feel like I go back to that story of Simba and Nala, how, you know, they were together, or they knew each other or had a connection at one time, but then they separated and had led these lives where they ended up together in the end. So let's pull a moon card. And if there's any more message. You found the right one. So maybe a Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. I feel like this is that intelligence and determination that you both hold, and that hardworking energy. I have the bottom of the deck from the cards that I was pulling, and we have the 8 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, and there was a pentacle here. It was the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles, so moving forward, you'll be creating that stable foundation of life with this person. You know, you're both hard at work, you know, taking those steps on this journey together. I think about how this creature, in order to pass through to the next frame of existence, it needs to swiftly maneuver around any of these challenges that may be in its way. But you can see that these swords aren't moving, so this creature is going to be able to swiftly maneuver right through and get where it wants to go. So I feel like that's this connection's energy. Is it's also got what it needs to swiftly move where it wants to go, and it's got this strong energy of commitment and love and loyalty, and, you know, that true divine connection. So we'll do one card from the 42 Ideals of Ma'at. 1 second. So I would like to pull one card from the Living with a Feathered Heart. This is the 42 Ideals of Ma'at in Daily Life. This is about two very strong, intelligent people coming together that are going to form a foundation of greatness, of power, of, I think about how we have those most heroic type of power couples that are out there just living their best lives, but also in this way saving others through their light, through their love. I communicate with compassion, and I think about how we had the King and the Queen of Swords in this reading. I communicate with compassion. $23. So 5. Okay. So, I communicate with compassion. Communication and compassion both share layers of meaning and manifestation. Each has the ability to affect through expression and iteration. Looking at their fusion, we may be reminded of the ancient Egyptian goddess Hathor, who was the personification of love, beauty, music, dance, maternal energies, and joy, and is further embodied as the goddess Aphrodite for the Greeks and Venus to the Romans. It was believed that Hathor's heart shone through life, death, and transformation and transfiguration. In waking life, she took on different attributes of netters as needed animals such as the cow or the cat and the cosmos. She was often depicted as the embodiment of the Milky Way. In the life of the underworld, she acted an usher through the afterlife, greeting the dead. With refreshments and comfort. Every iteration of the Hathor life force found resonance with tenderness and a type of sympathetic communication that expressed the necessary magic of the moment, as she could feel, sense, think, and embody within a twinkling of time. Compassion as something to actively communicate is a fluid ideal that transforms with each expression and sentiment, depending on what metaphorical cards are dealt in coping with the situation at hand. A reminder of the virtues of compassion finds resonance in the suits of the minor arcana of the tarot, energetic correspondences of the elements of Hathor's heart. Compassion, like the suit of cups, which may be filled and drank from, is a feeling of relationship to the matter at hand. Compassion can be in a thought, like the suit of swords, which communication its power through action and discernment. Compassion, like the suit of pentacles, can be a sensation in the way of a hug or an expression of affection where matter is met with mindfulness. Compassion, like the suit of wands, is something that can be intuited and expressed through the silent holding of space within it when it is needed. Body language and living language rooted in kindness and a loving nature are the embodiment of the human, the life force of nature applied through empathetic elucidation and a fluency in the great faculties of the senses as the vehicle to affect through affection. Affection being eternally effective in life, death, and all dimensions in between. I thought that was really so in alignment with this reading. I thought that was really beautiful. This is about a power couple coming into making that connection and starting that journey, that new beginning of living life together, being that force of nature. I sense this very powerful force of nature when this energy, when these two people get together. I send love out there to those who stayed for this message, and live in peace, and thank you for coming to listen.